Hi, today we will be discussing on how to find and choose your research topic. Let us code name it as FCRT, Finding and Choosing a Research Topic. So, let's start with the FCRT concepts. Remember that the research topic provides focus and structure. So you must think of breadth, originality, and sources. Generally, students start with a very broad topic. The breadth is so wide that you are lost. You don't know what to do with your topic. Do you know where you're going to? Hence, start dissecting your topic. Start narrowing it down until it is narrow enough, and there is already a clear direction of your research. You may start broad, but let your research take you narrower. Then think of originality. One of the major no-no in research ethics is plagiarism. Plagiarism has many forms. Don't start it with your research topic. Never copy-paste a research just because you want your student life easier. As a researcher, you either invent or innovate. Choose a topic that will allow you to contribute to the field. Finally, sources. Choose a topic which has sufficient scientific sources for you to base your study on. It should have scholarly grounding. It would make your research easier if there is enough scientific basis that can guide you where you're going to. Now, let me give some of the tips and tricks in choosing the research topic so that you can finally formulate your title. These are the stages of your search. 1 is interest. 2 is background study. And 3 is narrow topic. Number 1, interest. Take notice that the research process is more relevant if you care about your topic. It can be based on personal experiences, theories, research agenda, and research that can be replicated. So, what topic are you interested in? What are the issues that personally affects you? What are the current issues in your area of specialization? In other words, choose the topic which you are passionate about. Does the topic fit the specifications or standards set by your instructor or by institutions or organization which evaluates the research? In your course, however, you are encouraged to embark on researches in line with your academic background. For example, for chemical engineering students, these topics can arise from your chemical engineering related personal experience, or the chemical engineering theory, or it can arise from the media or other research studies. There are studies that can be replicated, and yes, you can replicate studies, but you should use a new sample to retest the hypothesis. Innovate, don't copy. What personal experiences have you encountered that may have chemical engineering implications? In other words, does your research topic fall within the research agenda, national, local, or academic research agenda? Of course, you can always collaborate with other researchers with different fields, should you find it necessary for the completion of your research. Are there theories that are clearly linked to your research topic? Can you finish your research within the project time frame? Let's say in terms of the following: the necessary research skills, the financial resources, data tools, materials, and or facilities and equipment. Are they available? Interest alone will not, however, give a solid grounding for your research. So the next thing to do is do a background study. We have web-based sources and other information sources. You must consider your options. Do some background work on each option before ultimately settling on a topic that is manageable. Do more brainstorming with your friends, fellow researchers, or research advisors. Or maybe the street vendor you meet when you go out of your residence. Even outrageous events can serve its purpose. So who knows? That street vendor may spark an inspiration for your research. Explore web resources, explore background information, explore books, explore scholarly articles, read and read. You just might be able to encounter information gaps. Look for answers or solutions to these gaps and consider them as your research focus. Do a library search, but don't forget to consider the ethical issues that may arise when and after you conduct your study. Will you be able to get the consent from the respondents? Can you assure that no harm will come about with them if they participate? And even if you think so that you can convince your respondents, can you convince the ethics committee and get their approval to proceed with your study? These are some of the sources of your information. For web-based resources, there are e-journals like www.sciencedirect.com, e-conferences and posted proceedings, university websites like www.ebso.edu.ph/oprdex, websites of research institutions like philair.ph, websites of government agencies and NGOs like www.dost.gov.ph, in search engines. Information sources may include books, reports, theses and dissertations, scientific journals, conference proceedings, and again, the internet. The best source of usually free and updated information is the internet. Ask Mr. Google. Finally, you will have to narrow the topic. When researching, you may not want to change your topic, but there may be some other aspect of the topic that is more interesting and manageable. Be flexible. Topics that are too broad will require larger literature reviews, complicate organization of literature review, and lead to unfocused studies that are difficult to carry out and interpret. Can you imagine the problems that you will be encountering because you failed to narrow your topic? Generally, quantitative topics are narrowed at the start of the research process, while qualitative research often narrow their topic after they are in the field. To narrow your topic, be guided with the 5 W in FCRT practices: why, what, where, when, and who. First W. Why did you choose the topic? In other words, what interested you about it? Second W. What are the major questions for this topic? Is there a debate about the topic? Are there a range of issues and viewpoints to consider? Do you have opinion about the issues involved? Third W. Where is your topic important? At the local, national, or international level? Are there specific places affected by the topic, or is there a specific application of your topic? Fourth W. When was your topic important? Is it a current event or a historical issue? Do you want to compare your topic by time periods, material, or process? Fifth W. Who are the information providers in this topic? Who might publish information about it? Who is affected by the topic? Do you know of organizations or institutions affiliated with the topic? In effect, maybe you will be able to seek the support from these organizations. And viola, manna from heaven.